Hello, Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Hope you're all safe, sound, and healthy. And now I'm back with a political and current affairs themed episode. I didn't want to mix it with my previous episodes, so I decided to make a separate one. Because here I'm going to do a very summarized, a very short and sweet, conclusive analysis of Iran's attack on Pakistan and Pakistan's counter attack. I would like to remind Iran of the sheer stupidity of its move. You do realize that the reason you attacked Pakistan was because of your claims that the CIA is using Jaish al-Adl against you, right? That means you have basically acknowledged the fact that Pakistan is right now under siege, right? It's invaded practically, for all intents and purposes, by the United States. And then that makes you again realize the fact that Pakistan is no longer a free and sovereign state, right? And you were pissed off, right? But here is the recklessness. Realizing all of that, you actually decided to do the stupid, very, very stupid act of exposing yourself, of literally handing over your sleeve for America to grab. You do realize that the reason why America hasn't been able to touch Iran, the reason why America has not been able to literally do anything to Iran was because Iran had protected itself, but also because Iran's neighbors were not yet in America's hands, not completely. And also, you never gave a chance to America to use your neighbors against you, right? But now, when you know that your neighbor, Pakistan, is right now undergoing a crisis, a severe crisis of being invaded by the US through its minions, through its fifth columnists, through traitors, you should have been even more careful. Because, as you know, the main reason why Pakistan has always been needed by America and Britain is that this is the padlock of Asia. I've said that a million times. Pakistan is the padlock of Asia. You have Pakistan, you have Asia. It's as simple as that. And finally, Pakistan is almost sold out. It is actually sold out to America because Imran Khan is in jail and everything is finally in America's hands. So the buffer state is back at the hands of India, Britain, America, right? They are the real allies here. And you just exposed your belly to the enemy. You had so successfully kept your enemy away. And now, by striking against Pakistan, you just gave an opening for the US to catch hold of you. You do realize that that was so stupid, absolutely stupid of Iran to do that. And then, number two, you actually attacked innocent children and you attacked fellow Muslims. Remember, your enemies are the fifth columnists. If you truly, truly cared about your position and if you cared about the whole situation and if you cared about the Ummah, you would attack the traitors on our behalf, the traitors that are imposing themselves upon us. You would have attacked them. We would have thanked you. Seriously, you would have been the much awaited miracle. But you did the stupid thing, the dangest thing, and you went and attacked kids. And just by that, you gave an opening to America to use Pakistan. And Pakistan had a justification to be used. And they attacked you, killing 7 of your people. Think, I've been saying this 1,000 times. America wants a world war. America will now try to start a war between South Korea and North Korea. And you just wait for that. India is benefiting hugely from Pakistan, which it will never tell its people, obviously, because this is treason. This is an act of treason being committed by American planted traitors. Nawaz Sharif has been exposed again to have been in cahoots with the Indian government in this whole attack, this whole display again. I've told you before, you need to understand it's not easy to attack any country. It's not easy. If you have managed to attack an army base, for example, in Pakistan, it is only possible if somebody from within the Pakistani bureaucracy, the Pakistani government, the Pakistani army has worked with you, you understand, or has permitted you. This is why I've constantly been questioning all the attacks, the alleged attacks in army bases. And I've always been asking my audience to think about it, to question it, to try to understand the convenient timing and the convenient placement of these attacks. I've also reminded everyone about the fact that Nawaz Sharif has always worked with India to gain control over Pakistan, for India basically to gain control over Pakistan. Even the very dams that India has been building, who do you think has been helping them with actual material supply? Pakistan, to our loss. We have suffered huge losses in coppers because they've been supplying it. They've been stealing copper from us. Our own government, our own army has been stealing copper and sending it to India to make the required materials. This is just a very small example, right? Remember, Nawaz Sharif literally forged employment certificates in his own factory for Indian raw agents so that they could enter Pakistan and commit terrorist activities. Literally, confidential data has been shared by our army with the Indian army or the Indian government to use it against us. We are already being conquered. We are already being invaded. And this proxy invasion is very similar to the type Germany had attempted when it used fifth columnists in Britain and in France, and then it came itself. That is exactly what America is doing. That is exactly what Britain is doing. Remember, America is also a minion of Britain. America is not a free country, never was. And the fact that Britain and America have exposed themselves to the whole world also makes me question the world. Why are you still yapping about Palestine? Why are you still yapping your mouths off? Why haven't you people collectively sent the army? Why hasn't the UN sent UN troops to stop Israel? Why? What are you people waiting for? Oh, you think you're helping? You're not helping. The war is going to grow into this huge world war. It is going to be a gigantic mess anyway. So that mess that you think you're trying to prevent, you're making the same mistake Imran Khan made here. Yeah, you're not preventing anything. He didn't prevent anything by stopping the people from coming out. He made things worse. You're making things worse. The world, and especially the Muslim world, I'm sorry, but this is a sin. You're committing a huge sin by not sending your armies officially to defend Palestine. Remember, it's your obligation. It's the obligation of every Muslim country to defend a Muslim country when it is being attacked or occupied. And Palestine was occupied over 70 years ago. Kashmir was occupied over 70 years ago. Kashmir was all but freed. Thank you very much. Pakistan, on two occasions, Pakistan successfully finished this British-born conflict of Kashmir. And on both the occasions, the leaders of Pakistan were killed by the US. Actually, in one occasion, he was killed. That was Bhutto. And the other occasion, we wouldn't say killed because, again, the traitor, India's government's best friend, India's asset, Nawaz Sharif, he thwarted those plans. It is on the record that India was not even aware of the fact, and I'm talking about the Kargil situation. This is on the record. India wasn't even aware of the fact that our army had taken over Kashmir. And India, when it found out, how did it find out? Nawaz Sharif. Nawaz Sharif decided to go call his mother in India and tell her that she's getting raped. I'm sorry, but anyway. So Nawaz Sharif calls India and tells them the army's already there. You don't even know. And then India, in a panic, then decides that okay. And India was actually ready to reach a deal to free Kashmir within 7 days. But then what does Nawaz Sharif do? He goes and calls America in a panic. Oh, my master, tell me what to do. I'm in a bind. My army has finished the Kashmir conflict. There is a deal that is being made. And America tells him, order your army back. Assert your power as prime minister. Order your army back. Work with the Indian authorities to push them back. So Nawaz Sharif gives an order to Pervez Musharraf, calling him back. And then he creates a scenario with Pervez Musharraf where he doesn't even allow him to land. So the minute Musharraf finally manages to land, he grabs him by the collar, he tosses him out, and he imposes a dictatorship to the approval of the public of Pakistan, by the way, and with the approval of the public of Pakistan. Because this was an act of treason by our very own Prime Minister, calling the Indian authorities and outing his army, and then calling the American establishment and outing his army. And so America pressurized our army, but our army did not come under pressure. Our army instead ousted Nawaz Sharif, America's minion. So this was the scenario. On 2 occasions, we would have finished the Kashmir conflict, but we were not allowed to. It says a lot. The fact that such a ridiculous thing could happen, that our own prime minister commits treason and then he gets away with it. And he does it every single time, and he gets away with it every single time. And now again, this person, Asim Munir, who was never supposed to be the chief of army because he was actually supposed to have retired. So he is illegally made COAS just so that he can work with America and Nawaz Sharif to keep Pakistan from regaining its sovereignty and to keep Pakistan under India as a buffer state and ultimately, obviously, under Britain and America's control. It sounds so ridiculous, and it sounds just so unreal. And yet here we are in this situation. Simply because our country got hijacked the very day that our country was founded. And it is even more ridiculous that Iran just exposed itself to its enemy. And now it's going to be so easy for America to do anything it wants to with Iran. Now Iran is going to have to work 5 times more to keep itself secure because of that one stupid, ridiculous act. And as a Muslim state even, it has committed a horrendous act. Remember, in Islam, no 2 Muslim countries are allowed to fight each other or to attack each other. But who cares about Islam? We've got Palestine under attack, and the Muslim countries are not helping them. And Imran Khan, who was beginning to lead the Muslim countries to get together to work on Palestine and to work on Kashmir and to work on all the Muslim countries that need help. And Imran Khan was outed. He was ousted by America and he was put in jail. I mean, the fact that America is controlling our country to this extent, the fact that we're allowing America to control our country, this is beyond pathetic. It's beyond pathetic, really. And this is me signing out. Khuda Hafiz.